it that is not afraid?
Only God has no fear.
Why have you come here?
To find your son.
Then you know who I am.
I know who you were.
He's escaped.
Yes.
You'll never catch him. He's too clever.
He has taken the blood of his own mother.
It was all my own fault. I loved his wildness. I encouraged it. And when this monstrous thing took possession of him, I didn't send for a priest or a doctor. I hid him and helped him to live. And now there's no release from this life, which isn't life or death. And I know I shall have to do whatever hideous thing he asks me to.
There is one release.
Come in. I am sorry, Fräulein. I did not know it was you.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, my dear. I thought I'd better come with the news myself. You know how the girls chatter. Well, my dear, he's here.
Who?
Why, Ever didn't you tell us to expect him? Luckily, Herr Lang's gone down to the village. I don't know what he'd say if he knew.
But who is...
Oh, come along, my dear. You mustn't keep him waiting.
Monsieur le Baron.
There you see. Didn't I keep it to myself?
I wanted so much to meet you again. So I took this opportunity of bringing the luggage that you left behind. I thought that you might need it.
How kind of you.
Your mother, Madame la Baronne, is she well?
I regret to have to tell you that she is dead.
Oh, dear. Oh, I am sorry. Oh, so now you're all alone, up in that great house.
Exactly.
Oh, dear. Well, and now, monsieur, I shall leave you entirely to yourselves for 10 minutes.
Well, Marianne. What are you doing?
Oh, keeping an eye on things. Trust me.
Keeping an eye on what?
A pair of turtle doves, bless their hearts.
Who?
Mademoiselle Danielle and a young man, dear.
What? Stop! What do you think you're doing? Shameless little hussy.
Herr Lang.
You know it's a rule. My rule. The staff are allowed no followers. What the devil do you think you're doing here?
I was placed here by a most charming lady. In fact, your wife.
Don't you try to be impertinent to me, sir, or I shall have the privilege of throwing you headfirst out of that window.
You find it a most interesting way of making my closer acquaintance, Herr Lang, but hardly necessary under the circumstances. I've long wanted to meet you, an old and valued tenant.
I'm no tenant of yours, you young jackass. I'm a tenant of the Meinster estate.
Exactly. And I am Baron Meinster. I must apologize for not having called before, but I have been recovering from a long illness. I wouldn't have come today, except that I had some pressing business to discuss with Mademoiselle Danielle, who has just consented to become my wife.
Oh, wonderful.
Mein Herrschaft.
I shall be grateful if you would allow Mademoiselle to stay here for a few weeks whilst I make arrangements for the wedding.
Of course. We shall be more than honored.
Oh, yes, indeed.
May I take this opportunity of congratulating you and Frau Lang on having the most charming house and grounds
Mein Herrschaft.
at so low a rent.
I'm so proud for you, Marianne. What's it feel like to be a baroness?
Not so fast. We are only engaged.
Isn't he handsome?
I think he is.
And so he should be marrying you. Oh, he's just like I imagined Prince Charming was to look at. So noble and with such wonderful eyes. Such tenderness in them and humor, too. Oh, I must be careful. I'll be falling in love with him myself.
I shan't allow that. Oh, the toast.